Hey folks, in the lead up to finding the truth about skin health, I did a paleo-style, high-protein, low-carbohydrate diet for around about 4 years, during which my eczema steadily got worse, up until the point when, I found this truth that I now speak about, that I promote, and what I'm trying to spread to everybody across the globe who suffers from eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis, and all the rest of it. I didn't do the paleo thing for my skin initially. I was into the whole gym scene, you know, lifting weights, building muscle, blah, blah, blah. And that was why I was doing that at the time. But I was in the back of my mind sort of thinking, I'm creating health here and hopefully this is going to do things that are good for my skin. However, I was kind of caught up in the bro science, to be honest with you. And even though my skin wasn't getting better, and I don't think I was necessarily making huge gains in the gym either, I did stick with it for as long as 4 years before I decided to make a change. The fundamental reason why eczema sufferers get relief from removing sugar and carbohydrates from the diet is because candida feeds on those things. So if it's not in the bloodstream, then candida doesn't need to run around and pick up all the leftover sugar in the bloodstream and grow. However, the whole body feeds on sugar and carbohydrate. It's the primary fuel source. It's the optimal fuel source for the body. And problems come when people cut out carbohydrates and sugar and then make poor choices when they try to replace the calories that they're no longer getting from sugar and carbohydrates. Unless we're breatharian, we've got to take a lot of calories from our food. And if you're paleo, that means meat. Pretty much meat is the primary fuel source if you are paleo. Now, what paleo people tell you about meat is that it is protein, but they don't tell you about the fat content. They'll tell you about how our ancestors lived on meat to begin with, but they don't tell you how in 2017 the healthiest communities on the planet eat a plant-based diet. They'll tell you that sugar is a fuel for candida, but they won't tell you why you've got candida overgrowth in the first place, which is intracellular fat. And the other thing is animal protein is linked with the main causes of heart disease, diabetes, stroke, Alzheimer's disease, cancer, like the worst diseases on the planet. So why would you replace carbohydrate fuels with a source of fuel that has the potential of giving you these way more life-threatening diseases? Many people get results from paleo because they've been encouraged to get rid of processed foods from their diet. So they're eating a primarily whole foods diet. So they got some results. And if paleo is your first step onto this health wagon, then that's fantastic. That's great news. It's good to have you on board. But if you're going to continue to derive the majority of your calories from animal-based foods, you're going to end up with some serious disease on your hands down the line. That's what the statistics say. That's what the chances are. That's what all the plant-based doctors say. That's what all the new research that we're doing currently, the current research. I'm not talking about what our ancestors ate. I'm talking about what is right now, what is happening right now. 2017. This is 2017. The state of our meat is not what it once was. The state of the rest of our food is not what it once was. We're working with different times. You can't use an antiquated model, regardless of what it was, whether we ate meat, whether we ate starch, beans, whatever it was we ate back then. It's kind of irrelevant, and we need to look at what's working now. And if your eczema is affecting you deeply, if it's life-changingly bad, those of you will know what I mean. You know, when it's just affecting your confidence, you don't want to get out of bed in the morning, you're going to have to go deeper. You're going to have to start replacing those animal products with proper food that can properly combines detoxification, nutrition, and sustainability. Vitality is measured as the amount of energy left over in your body once all your daily tasks are taken care of. And if you're deriving a whole heap of calories from animal products, it's so costly. It's so costly to fuel your body this way that your detoxification is going to be low and you're not going to adequately heal. You know, if you're continuing to eat animal products and you're continuing to put this fat into your body, you're going to just maintain this sugar metabolism problem. You're going to teeter on the edge of having eczema your whole life. You're never going to get to the problem at its root cause and address it from there. You want to get good sugar metabolism. It's natural for us to eat carbohydrates. Look at trees. Look at the fruit tree. One of my favorite things on the planet, the fruit tree. That's just surely just begging for us to pluck fruit and eat it and enjoy, and that's sugars. And it's right and it's healthy for us to be able to metabolize that sugar effectively. So if you happen to be diabetic, you know the problem with sugar and you fully understand that you've got insulin resistance that is preventing you from metabolizing this sugar properly. And the start of eczema, candida, is the same thing. It's a sugar metabolism issue, and we need to address that at the root cause by removing the intracellular fat, and that is done by removing the fat. The fat, people say the fat you eat is the fat you wear. The fat you eat is the fat that is clogging your cells. So you might not necessarily show it on your body. Different people store fat differently, but it will be intracellular regardless. It will be there and it will be inhibiting your sugar uptake. To build a truly healthy body, we need to be eating low impact foods. Fruits and vegetables are our primary fuel source. That's what we're designed to eat. They've always been healthy. They always will be. If you have a problem with those things, the problem is you. The problem is not the food. You've got to address it at the root cause. Sort your health out from a very deep level. And you do this but primarily by eating your designed fuel source for the body. If you want to know more about this stuff, I highly recommend that you read Dr. Neil Barnard's book on reversing diabetes, read John McDougall's book on the starch solution, and read my book too, The Complete Guide to Healing Eczema. I take this stuff that I've read in other books and I basically summarize the parts that are relevant to skin health. If you really want to do everything you can for your candida, then by all means take probiotics to redress the balance, but keep the fat out and don't scrimp on your starches and even your grains and your fruits and veggies. Eat those to your heart's content. They're not the problem. The problem lies in the fat. The fat you eat is a fat that is between your cells that is preventing sugar uptake.